Alright, boys. Well, I got myself caught in Fury, so right now I have reinforcements. I'm in War Talents. This guy is rallying me. He's probably going to send a full march, and he has T4. So we'll see how this goes. I do have reinforcements. I have 150,000 Tier 4 and 50,000 Tier 3. So right before this launches, I'm going to put on an attack boost, and we will see what happens. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt real bad. Alright, what did I lose? Ooh. That hurt. A lot of dead troops. Man, that was worse than I had hoped. The reason I didn't pour it away is because this guild has carpets. They would have just carpeted me down. So it didn't really matter too much. Let's see. Alright, what's our troop count at? Well, I lost a lot of my gladiators, my reptilian riders. Well, time to rebuild. So we'll start working on that again.
One eternity later.
Alright, so we're going to do some rebuilding after that rally you just saw. So you got a bunch of troop training speed ups saved. So we're going to go ahead and pop a 20% boost. And then head over here. This one's already pretty much done. So I need to get my gladiators back up, because what I want is about 600,000 T2. That way I can dump my 200,000 Tier 1 front line. And if I need to take a hit from a big player, or hopefully a small rally, I will be able to without any losses. But the 200,000 T1 grunts are good, because usually they only get a couple thousand into my grunts before everyone else has done all the work. So anyway, let's go ahead and start training up. So what we want to do is get this as close to 24 hours as possible. So I can just use my speed and no other speed ups. Let's see. Alright, so 9,030 a pop. And most of these resources I looted from castles as I was burning, so it's pretty much free except for the food. But I'm not gonna bore you guys with this. We'll run this for a while, and we'll get back to it. Alright, so you can see that I went ahead and sped through that pretty quick, but I trained a lot of T2 gladiators, and then I went ahead and started training some more T1 cav, because I need to get my T1 cav up to about 1 million. Ideally, I would like to have 5 million archers and 2 million cav. But it's a training process. I like doing them only when these hell events come up. So you can see, I mean, if you're going to make troops, you might as well make them and get rewards. I got speed ups, I got gems back from training them. So you might as well. This is the best way to maximize your troop training. And then, so what I'll do is if I have a training boost, I'll pop it halfway through the hell event. That way, you start training then, and then maybe you'll get lucky, and the next one will also be a troop training. So you can train more troops for that one and still get the benefit of the 20% boost instead of using it at the beginning of the hell event. And, then it's only for the one event. At least this way you're doubling your chances. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and I'm pretty much done training tier 2 and tier 3. You don't see my royal cav right now because they're in a dark nest, but this is what we got. We got a lot of tier 3 right now, and ideally, once I get higher might, I will get rid of those tier 3 because I'm going to want to keep my might lower to entice people to attack me. But right now at 40 million, most people will probably hit me. Go ahead and do an update on my war gear because I have added a couple things. I still don't have quick swap, but I'm working on that. So let's see, here we go. Right now, this is what I'm running. Let you guys look at my stats. It's not the greatest, but for this kingdom that just opened, it's pretty decent. So it's definitely kept me protected, except for when I think I can take a rally. Let's see. Got 285,000 beds right now. I'm going to start upping those soon. Go ahead and start training another batch of these. I'm going to have to go get my resources back up. I have another hive that I'm planning on burning here in a few. And I'll video that, but this is kind of how our base is looking right now. I just have 2 barracks for now. It's kind of helped me with training because, it's more efficient to train with 2 barracks because you get a higher amount, especially for the 24-hour speed ups. If I have to train something with 1 barracks and it takes me 18 hours and I only have 24-hour speed ups, well then I just wasted 6 hours of speeds. So that's why I built 2 of them up to level 25, and then you just adjust the slider down to the 24-hour mark. Obviously not for those are T1s. Just adjust it to wherever 24 hours is, and then you lock it. I know this isn't 24 hours, but still. Then you lock it, you train it there, but make sure your resources don't go red because it costs a lot more if you're gemming them. And then the same thing with, T3, if you're going to use 2 days of speed ups. So just a couple little tricks if you're training some troops. Let's see. I'll show you the hive that I've been scouting for later. Let's see. I think it's these guys. They should be sleeping now. I'm going to pour it in probably right here and then just start going to town. There's a couple other hives I've been looking at. What is it? These guys are another potential target. These guys as well. But I'll pick one and then I'll probably actually hit all of them. I'm actually fairly high ranked in my kingdom, surprisingly, even though I'm a trap. Funny story, these guys, I didn't used to actually be in their guild. They were a different, they've always been this guild, but I was in S2 star, and, I was trapping with them, and then one day these guys came in and they attacked me. And they kept sending T4 march after T4 march, and they couldn't burn me. I wasn't capping leaders yet because my research was still pretty low, but I wasn't taking any reds. So they were like, hey, come join our guild and teach us and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to take this. That way I don't have a ton of food going to waste. So I joined their guild, and right now we don't have any gifts, but these guys are crazy spenders. I'll wake up in the morning and I'll have 10, 15 champion gifts. So if you can get in good with your Overlord guild with all the big spenders at the beginning, go in there and just get a ton of gifts. So that's pretty. Here, I'll show you my research real quick. I showed you my new gear, but this is where we're at with research so far. So we're getting there. Most of my research is in military, so where a lot of my might's coming from. I'm also doing Monster Hunt, which a lot of people say they don't like to do on trap accounts because it adds unnecessary might. I'm a huge fan of monster hunting. You get a ton of gifts, and it's just, for the might that it adds, it's worth it, in my opinion. So I'm going to keep doing that, but I'll probably just get down to Monster Hunt 3, max all those out, or maybe Monster Hunter 2. My end goal is to be able to get this in a monster hunting guild, like I do with my main account. If you guys haven't seen that video, check it out, so you know what monster hunting guilds are all about. Trust me, it's worth it. Ton of gifts. But that's my goal, is to get it in there. That way I can get some gifts for this account. So anyway, we'll update it in a few with the hive that we're going to burn next.